Oh my god! This episode! Haikyuu! Oh! Okay, so last night, let me explain. I went off to go watch movies. For instance, I went to the movie theater to watch Deadpool, and I had a lot of things going on yesterday, so I didn't have really the time to sit down and watch Haikyuu or Durarara yesterday. And so I saved it until this morning. I sit down, I watch Haikyuu. Like, it's one of the first things. Like, I am half asleep, okay? I just gotta be honest. I'm, like, half asleep. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, okay. And I was looking at the episodes I need to watch. I need to watch Gundam, I need to watch Durarara, I need to watch Haikyuu. I'm like, okay, what do I want to start with? Okay. So I was like, you know what? I'll save Gundam for last, because it's probably gonna be really fucking intense and all that. I want to be wide awake for that. So I decided to start Haikyuu, because, it's a series that's just very enjoyable, and it would be a good series to kind of just wake up to, because, Durarara, you need to really pay attention, and with, Gundam, with all the shit going on, I want to be wide awake, and the reason why I start with Haikyuu is because it's just a very entertaining series that could just get your attention. You're like, okay, I'm not going to pass out, I'm going to get awake, and stuff like that. So I'm watching Haikyuu. I'm holding a cup of coffee and shit, and I'm trying to wake up like this. I'm like, just drink a cup of coffee, I'm tired. And all of a sudden, you have that fucking epic music start. Like, that fucking epic music at the start of the freaking episode. And I'm like, I woke up. Like, I straight up woke up instantly. Like, there was no delay. Like, usually it takes me, God, a good hour to wake up. Because I'm not a morning person. I'm not a fucking morning person. So I'm just sitting here like this. All of a sudden, that music plays. And you just see to where we have all this different scenes with Mad Dog being a fucking badass, and I'm like, I'm awake. I'm fucking awake now. I'm fucking awake. I'm just sitting here like, yo, this is so good. So, yeah, if you can't see my reaction, this episode of Haikyuu was just intense and so enjoyable. Like, it woke my ass up. Like, seriously, I was groggy and tired, and then all of a sudden I see the episode, I'm like, ooh. Okay, so, Mad Dog, I got it. I just gotta say, just fucking damn. Your skills, I mean, you're a double-edged blade. I mean, you hurt your own team, but also your violent nature of just hitting the ball with your entire force and just slapping it. Oh my god, like the freaking force of his, like spikes and stuff. Like the way he hits it over the net. Like, it's scary. I mean, regardless if he misses or not, it's still freaking scary. I mean, the force he does, like his face and all that, he's just straight up serious. And, oh my god, like, when they showed that animation once again, like, from the last week's episode, at the beginning of this episode, it just made me once again just say, well done, Haikyuu. That quality you put, in the series. Like, the production team that works on Haikyuu, the way they put that quality in, I just love it. I really love that. All the tactics and strategy that are being used in this match, it's not just a straight to the point match. Like, okay, this team is obviously superior, they're kicking our ass, and we can't fight back. It's not a match like that. This is actually a match that has both teams fighting for survival, fighting for that goal, the win, to carry on to the nationals and different shit like that. This is, right here, an intense match, because both teams are putting everything they can, everything they got, they're throwing everything at the fucking wall, and hopefully they can actually succeed and break that wall. That's pretty much what's going on here. And when you see these characters realize this once again, like our characters, like Kageyama and them, they're like, oh yeah, we're all fighting for this win and all that, and you just see how there's just so much pressure, so much stress, and they're doing everything they can. It just goes to show you that the big picture of this is that there is probably going to be a situation in this match that's going to cause it to where it's going to come down to, like, the thin line. Like, one critical error, like, one error will fuck up everything. Not even a critical error. Like, a small, slight error might fuck up the winner. That's what I think this, match is going to turn into. It's going to turn into a point to where you make one mistake, you're fucked. Because with Mad Dog being a double-edged blade, and, I mean, he's very effective. I mean, the way he can hit the ball, and, he can get it in there if he can. Like, if he has a good hit, he can get it in there, but there is sometimes he misses it, and that is a critical flaw with the Mad Dog, and that's something that they really need to dive into and use against him, which they did do in this match, which, once again, goes back to the point I wanted to say, is that this episode had so much strategy and tactics going on, and when you see Hinata as our MC, he's in this episode thinking about what he could do, how he could outsmart his opponent, and I haven't really talked about this much, and I don't think many really give Hinata the credit he deserves. I don't see it as much, and even in the comments, and it kind of upsets me a little bit, so I want to actually mention it here. Has anyone noticed that in recent episodes, or just this season alone, because I don't remember it as much in season 1, but Hinata has been using his brain so much more since he learned to be a little bit more independent, open his eyes when he's hitting a ball. He starts thinking so much more now. He starts to look at his opponent, the person across the net, and figuring out how he can beat them, outsmart them, or hit the ball. He was doing that throughout this entire episode. He was trying to figure out what he could do, and it really was showing, and I love that. I love that little added layer of inner monologues going on in Hinata's head. It adds a, more immersion to the series. You can get more immersed, where you're like, oh my god, I'm loving this more. I'm getting inside the character's head, getting to see what he's thinking, and that's exactly what was going on in this episode. So I was able to appreciate our characters and their internal struggles as they were trying to figure out how they could beat their opponent. And that's what I feel like made this episode so freaking good, was one of those key moments in this episode that just made me so immersed. And then, getting to see how there's 2 setters on the court, oh my god, that was fucking badass. 2 setters on the court, and you have it to where they're rotating, they're just, having these plans going on, kicking fucking ass. I just couldn't help but say, like, damn, this series is just too damn good. And then the ending conclusion, oh my god, oh, that ending, he's coming in. So, this is going to be a critical moment as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. I love you all so much. Chibi out.